Good morning, YouTube. This is Mike, and I'm here at our ranch with our very temporary setup that we have here. We're waiting for some work to get done, building us kind of a road and a flat building spot up here in the trees a little bit. I shot this video the other day, and I wasn't satisfied with it. It was sideways, and I lost a few minutes, and it just sucked. So I'm reshooting it. Hopefully the sun won't be too much of a problem. I'm facing the sun right now, but you can see my RV, and we're getting ready to go to town to get water and empty the black tank. And I'll do a slow pan around of our view from down here. And we're back to the beginning. Okay. So I'm trying to go slow. Hopefully this is fast enough. I'm gonna walk down here and show you the beginning of where we want the driveway. Show you what I had to go through to get the RV in here. I don't know, we've been here for 2 weeks, I think, now. And we suffered a really bad windstorm. Tore up part of our slide awning, if you know what that is. The regular awning on an RV you can pull in for wind. And in fact, I haven't even put mine out because it's the windy season here and it's more windy than not. But the slide awning is the only way to get those in is to close the slides. So you see the little, I don't know if you can see those little tracks. There's so many animals up here. Most of them come out at night. Switch hands. Maybe. There we go. I'm just using my phone. I'll try to keep the thing as stable as I can, but that's kind of how these things are when you're walking. My right arm isn't as in good a shape as my left these days because of a rotator issue, and so it's a little less stable. Okay, this is our road out here. It's a county road, non-maintained, and we have a property owners association that we pay some money to, and they come out about once a year. And right here on the corner, and I had a couple of different spots. There's that spot right over there, and then there's this spot right here, and you can see it's a pretty good bump no matter what. There's my property line, that post right there. This is the one that we always use, and it's the straightest shot in, so this is where I'm going to have him do the entry. Hard to tell on video, but that was, I don't know, 1.5 feet up. But I got in okay with the RV. This old stump over here, you can see that old piece of wood. That was pretty secure, but the wind took it out too. That secured better. Some people want to know why I'm now living in the desert and starting over with a ranch here instead of the one we had, or better yet, a new one. Oh, look at these. Okay, I don't know what kind of animal that is, but there's a lot of them. Why we went from green Pacific Northwest, Idaho, tall trees. We had a spring on our ranch. We had a seasonal creek. That kind of thing is available. And instead, we're down here in Arizona, in Apache County, 6,000 feet elevation, a little higher. And no soil. It's all sand. Well, most of it actually has to do with health. My arthritis had gotten bad enough that I was having a hard time walking. I was on a cane. There were times where I was on 2 canes or crutches. If you hear my breathing, that's because of we're at 6,000 feet and I'm trying to get used to that again. It takes quite a few weeks. Could take months, I don't know. While I'm here, this is my industrial area. Things I've kind of gathered. That I may or may not use. There's my water tank. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not in the shade there. And I will be getting more than that. But that's 550 gallons. That's a good start. And there's our storage. I looked into building a wood one. I looked into those Connexes, and everything was hugely expensive. We were in Yuma, and that old U-Haul was $2,300. It was a 28-foot long box, and we loaded everything we had in it and drove it up here ourselves. So, anyway, my arthritis was really bad. We found when we started RVing that basically I could walk again. And with very few exceptions, I haven't had to use even a cane. I got some bad gout here, I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago. But that only lasted about a week. Other than that, I'm walking around just like normal people. So here is a decision we have to make. We can go in there. They're leaning towards turning this way. And but if they do, we'll have to cut out a tree there. If we go this way, we'll have to cut out a tree there. So that part, 1 for 1. But they were just wanting to come down here. They meaning Judy. And one of the people that were working, see, we'd probably have to take all these out. And then I think they wanted to turn up in here. Or was it over here? Yeah, I think it was here. If we keep going that way, we go into a wash. Excuse the camera here while I work my way through. Okay, and that would bring us out right here. And the idea behind that, which you probably can't see because of the sun, is this tree right here would come out, and then they're going to level this whole area up to the, well, I'll just walk up there. It's pretty level as it is, but there's a lot of things in the way. I don't mind cactus, but I think I want to know where it is. And you see there's a lot of it. And these bushes may or may not be in a good spot. There's some sage. And so they're gonna scrape off the sand. Is, you know, see how deep that sand is. Gonna scrape off this top layer of sand that's blown in over time. Try to get us down to something a little bit more compressed or whatever, something that's a little more solid. Okay, you can see back to the beast. And this flows in monsoons. And we want to try to capture some of this water out of this wash so we can use it for plants. The other side of that tree is a future expansion for gardens. We're going to lose a couple of yuccas. We're going to keep these trees, level this whole area out here as much as possible. Slightly downhill the way I'm walking, just so that we have drainage. Kind of following along the edge of the trees here. And let's see, somewhere around here. That's the last post, I think. But they can come out. They can probably come out to here. Yeah. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a post right there. It's just a EMT conduit, and that shows roughly what the property line is. And you can see another one over here, maybe by that dead tree, little gray thing. Right, I can find my camera. There we go, right there. And there's another pole there. That's kind of where I wanted him to finish, so he can pile up sand over here. It's still on the property, but it would be in the easement area. For lack of a better word, it was called an easement when before they put the roads in. Utility easement. We have no utilities. In fact, I don't even think you can see. About 15 miles that way, there's a power generating plant that's due to close. And all the power goes the other way. So from here, through these trees, that tree will go, but not today. From this point on, this is going to be phase 2. I'm calling it that because I'm not paying somebody to do this one. Maybe if I can't get my tractor, then I'll have my guy come back out and level this one in phase 2. If I do get a tractor, then I will do it myself. And come back here to these trees. And over this way, don't know if these trees will stay or not. Depends on how I feel, because this is pretty open here. It's pretty open back there too. But that's the wash over there. So this will be the area of the house. And the house that we're planning on right now is not a mobile home. It's not a stick frame or anything like that. We've decided on earth bag construction, but not just regular earth bag. I mean, we've got to get through engineers and stuff, but what I want to do, I'm going to build a tool shed first to experiment with my idea. I'll probably build it down here. While on that, we have to decide, do we want to put the RV there, or do we want to put the RV over there. And if we put the RV over here, then there's not enough room for the drive to come up over there, and it would definitely have to come up over there. If we put the RV over there, we could put it anywhere. And then the rest of this meadow is all going to be garden. Or at the property line is that big wash that I may or may not have mentioned, and we want to collect water from there too. So we'll have water on both sides of us during monsoons. This area right here is pretty free of it because of the contour of the land. And that's the reason we're in a temporary camp down there, because we want this leveled. We want to put a little rock down, get the RV on there, and put it on cement blocks. And then it probably won't move after that. Anyway, yeah, I want to do earth bag construction. But it's an awful easy way to come in right here. I think the driveway should be here. And rubble foundation. And then I want to go up 4 feet with earth bags. And if I can find it inexpensive enough, rather than just going up the first row or two with volcanic rock or pumice, I'll go all the way 4 feet up. It's lightweight, it's very good insulation, and we still get mass. If not, there should be plenty of clay around here to do that. And then what I'm going to do is build a geodesic dome out of wood or metal or PVC. I don't know yet for sure. Probably wood. It looks good. And that's what I'm going to top it with. So I don't really care for the earth bag structures that go up like a upside down ice cream cone. I like the rounded shape of the true dome. And by going up 4 feet, then I can go all the way out to the wall without hitting my head. It's going to make things a lot easier. And then what we'll do is we'll build adobe triangles to fit in the spaces, and then we'll cover with cob outside and inside, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. And then inside I want to build an adobe rocket stove, so we can have a little heat in there and practice, because we're going to want something like that in our home when we get there, when we get it built. As far as the RV, once it's up on blocks, then we will build what's down here, they call it an Arizona room. Basically, from there to there, and it comes out about 12 feet, and it's covered with screen material. We'll modify that screen in the summer of some sort, and then we'll make it solid in the winter, and we'll have a wood stove in there so that we can skirt around the outside on the back side and the front there. And then the side that we come out the door where the Arizona room is going to be, we'll leave that open underneath so that the heat can go under, and that should make us a lot more comfortable. And that way we can bring TV outside, computers outside, whatever. So I'm gonna end the video, I think. Well, let me show you one more thing with my heavy breathing. Walking the other day, we found a bunch of artifacts. This one in particular I really like. You see that? I'm told that's Anasazi. You can see that's the top of the pot right there. And because this is a year of not growing in the ground according to the Bible, We are just growing in pots. We wouldn't be ready anyway. So this is the beginning of our food. This year we plan on just getting set up for next year, where we'll try to grow most of our own food. So anyway, thanks for hanging with me. Another view